Augusta National may be the most famous golf club on earth, but here's the shocking truth. Compared to the world's most exclusive private clubs, Augusta actually looks like a bargain. Imagine paying $500,000 just for the chance to apply. Imagine being told your millions aren't enough unless you also buy a $5 million mansion on the property. And imagine clubs so secretive, most people don't even know they exist. Yet celebrities, billionaires, and royalty quietly fly in to play. These aren't golf clubs. They're billionaire playgrounds that make Augusta look cheap. To understand just how outrageous these other clubs are, you first need to know what Augusta really costs. Augusta National is legendary, home of the Masters, an invite-only membership list that includes CEOs, former presidents, and a handful of golf's biggest icons. But behind that green jacket mystique is a surprisingly affordable price tag, at least compared to what's coming. Reports suggest an initiation fee somewhere between $250,000 and $500,000, with annual dues around $10,000. For the ultra-rich, that's pocket change. What makes Augusta truly exclusive isn't the money. It's the secrecy and the invitation-only process. You don't apply for Augusta, Augusta chooses you. And even then, members keep the details so guarded that no one outside the club really knows the full cost. But here's the twist. If Augusta's rumored $500,000 fee makes headlines, other clubs around the world see that as the starting line. These are places where the price to belong soars past what most people earn in a lifetime. And that's before you've even swung a club. If Augusta feels like a secret society, Liberty National is its flashy Wall Street cousin. Built on a former toxic landfill just across the Hudson River, Liberty National cost nearly $500 million to create. Today, it's one of the most expensive golf clubs in the United States, with an initiation fee reportedly pushing past $500,000. What makes it so desirable? The location. From the fairways, you can see the Statue of Liberty on one side and the Manhattan skyline on the other. A backdrop so surreal that it feels more like a movie set than a golf course. And the member list is stacked with celebrities and financial heavyweights, from Eli Manning and Justin Timberlake to Wall Street billionaires who treat the place like their personal playground. But not everyone was impressed. Environmental groups fought against its construction, arguing that developing a golf course on the site of a polluted industrial dump would damage local ecosystems. The controversy didn't slow membership, though. If anything, it made Liberty National feel even more like a club for people who can bulldoze opposition with money. And yet, for all the buzz around Liberty's $500,000 fee, that's nothing compared to the next club on this list, where simply writing a check won't even get you through the door. Now, if Liberty National screams Wall Street luxury, the Yellowstone Club whispers something even rarer: billionaire-only access. Tucked away in Big Sky, Montana, this isn't just a golf club, it's a private ski and golf resort where the price of entry is on a completely different level. On paper, the initiation fee is steep but not insane, around $300,000. But here's the catch. You can't join unless you also purchase property inside the gates. And those homes start at $5 million. In other words, just being rich isn't enough. You need to be super rich. The member list looks like a Forbes cover shoot. Bill Gates, Justin Timberlake, Tom Brady, and Google executives all have property here. The resort prides itself on being a bubble of privacy where members can escape the outside world. For billionaires, that's priceless. But the club hasn't been without drama. In the late 2000s, it collapsed into bankruptcy after its founder was accused of funneling millions into his personal lifestyle. At one point, creditors even claimed the club was being run like a personal piggy bank. Still, the Yellowstone Club bounced back, stronger and more exclusive than ever, almost as if the scandal made it more appealing to those who wanted in. And yet, this kind of wealth meets real estate model isn't unique. Because in California, there's another club where the price tag is jaw-dropping, and the waiting list makes it even harder to crack. If Montana is all about mountains and seclusion, the Vintage Club in Palm Desert is about prestige, in the heart of the California desert. Widely considered one of the most expensive golf-only clubs in America, the Vintage Club is where billionaires mingle quietly, away from cameras and press. Initiation fees run an estimated $300,000 to $400,000, and that's before annual dues and property costs. But the real barrier isn't the money, it's the vetting. The Vintage Club doesn't just let anyone with a checkbook in. The membership committee scrutinizes every application. And rumor has it that even billionaires have been turned away for not fitting the culture. Its member list is a who's who of power and money. Charles Koch, one of the wealthiest businessmen in the world, is said to be a member. Bill Gates has been spotted there too. Beyond the immaculate golf courses, the club offers fine dining, luxury spas, and a gated residential community that feels more like a fortress for the ultra-elite. And perhaps the most telling detail? Even if you're wealthy enough to afford it, there's often a waiting list. That's how badly people want in. But while the vintage club thrives on exclusivity through money and status, there's a Florida golf club where money alone isn't enough. You also need the right connections. While many clubs flaunt their luxury, Seminole Golf Club takes the opposite approach: total discretion. Perched along Florida's Atlantic coast, Seminole is one of the most legendary Donald Ross designs ever built. But it's not just the architecture that makes it famous. It's the exclusivity. The initiation fee is rumored to be around $250,000 or more. But here's the twist: money isn't the real obstacle. To get in, you need multiple sponsorships from existing members, and even then, approval isn't guaranteed. The board has rejected powerful businessmen and celebrities who didn't fit the club's tightly held culture. Seminole's history adds to its mystique. Ben Hogan once used the course to prepare for the Masters, and it has quietly hosted presidents, royalty, and golf legends behind closed doors. When it finally opened its doors to a wider audience by hosting the 2021 Walker Cup, it gave the world just a small glimpse of what members have enjoyed in private for decades. This is a place where your reputation and relationships matter more than your bank account. A reminder that in some corners of golf, connections carry more weight than cash. But while Seminole thrives on tradition and secrecy, the next club takes things in a completely different direction. It's all about over-the-top luxury and Hollywood-level star power. If Seminole is about old-school tradition, the Madison Club is pure modern extravagance. Tucked away in La Quinta, California, it's part of Discovery Land Company's portfolio of ultra-luxury clubs, designed not just for golf, but for living like a celebrity 24/7. Initiation fees reportedly push past $500,000, and that's before annual dues, or the requirement to purchase multi-million-dollar real estate on the grounds. But what members get in return goes way beyond golf. Imagine private chefs preparing meals in your home, underground spas hidden beneath the clubhouse, and even custom par 3 practice holes built in your backyard so you can sharpen your short game without leaving your estate. The member list reads like a Hollywood guest list. The Kardashians have been linked to the club along with Sylvester Stallone, pro athletes, and top entertainers. For many, Madison isn't just a golf club, it's a lifestyle brand. The culture is so exclusive that some PGA players have reportedly turned down membership, saying it felt more like a luxury bubble than a true golf community. And if that sounds over the top, Vegas took the concept to another level, creating a course where the only way in was to be a casino high roller or a global superstar. Las Vegas is built on exclusivity, and Shadow Creek might be its ultimate VIP playground. Originally constructed by casino mogul Steve Wynn in the late 80s, Shadow Creek was designed as a private oasis for the biggest gamblers and celebrities who passed through town. For decades, it was invite only. Ordinary golfers couldn't even find directions to the course, and rumor had it that even wealthy businessmen were turned away unless they had the right casino connections. The fairways are carved out of the desert, lined with waterfalls, lakes, and lush landscaping that feel almost surreal given the Vegas backdrop. When MGM eventually opened the doors to the public, they didn't exactly make it affordable. Even today, playing Shadow Creek costs $500 for a single round, and that's only if you're staying at an MGM resort. Want a tee time blocked off exclusively for you and your friends? Insiders say some billionaires have paid eye-watering sums to lock down Shadow Creek for days at a time. It's a perfect example of how golf in Vegas mirrors the casino world. Money buys you access, but status and connections are what truly set you apart. But believe it or not, the most expensive golf clubs of all aren't even in the United States. Overseas, there are clubs so secretive and pricey that Augusta National doesn't even come close. If you thought the US had the lock on pricey golf clubs, the international scene takes exclusivity to another level. Start with Queenwood Golf Club in Surrey, England. This is Britain's most elite course, with initiation fees rumored to exceed £200,000 and annual dues on top. But here's the catch: you can't even apply. Membership is strictly invitation only, and the club enforces a strict no-media policy. Famous names like Hugh Grant and Michael Douglas have reportedly teed it up here. But beyond that, Queenwood remains a mystery to outsiders. Then there's Ayodhya Links in Thailand, considered by many insiders to be the most expensive golf club in the world. With fewer than 300 members worldwide, initiation fees are rumored to hover around $1 million. That's right, 7 figures just to get your foot in the door. The course is ultra-private, rarely photographed, and its guest policies are stricter than most royal households. For the ultra-elite, the appeal is that almost no one has ever even seen the place. And in Argentina, El Ernestina Polo and Golf Club blends two of the country's passions, polo and golf, into one exclusive package. Membership here isn't really about money at all, it's about lineage. Built by Argentina's polo royalty, entry is by personal invitation only. If you're not part of the circle, no amount of cash will buy your way in. These international clubs prove that the race for exclusivity goes far beyond America's shores. In fact, they make Augusta's prestige look like a public course by comparison. But what does that say about the future of golf? When clubs start looking less like sporting venues and more like billionaire fortresses? When most people think of elite golf, Augusta National immediately comes to mind. But as we've seen, Augusta's rumored $500,000 initiation fee and strict invitation process don't even scratch the surface of the golf world's most expensive circles. From Liberty National's skyline views, to Yellowstone's billionaire-only estates, to Ayodhya Links's seven-figure initiation fee, these clubs redefine what exclusive really means. What's striking is that money alone often isn't enough. Some clubs demand the right connections, a certain reputation, or even ownership of multi-million-dollar property just to be considered. Others thrive on secrecy, where members quietly include celebrities, politicians, and business moguls the public will never know about. In the end, these aren't just golf clubs, they're status symbols, fortresses of power and wealth where the game is almost secondary. They make Augusta National look like a discount, and that's saying something. So the real question is this: as golf continues to grow globally, are these ultra-exclusive clubs preserving the game's mystique, or are they turning it into a playground only the world's billionaires can afford?